do it. They wrap up their sweep.
First time an Eric Spoelstra team has been swept in the playoffs.
How the mighty have fallen. The Cinderella of last year's NBA playoffs in the bubble, the Miami Heat, swept out of the playoffs this year. Maybe it was fatigue.
You could see that going into the season, that the tank wasn't, necessarily full.
Maybe the Bucks were just that much better. But one thing is for certain, they need some help. A professional medical opinion to fix whatever their issues might be. Now, who might this professional be? None other than me, Stephen A., MD. Now, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you, Miami Heat. You're in very, very bad shape. It's bleak. Dead last in scoring in the postseason. Regression by your young core players from last year to this year, and not a single pick in the first round of the upcoming NBA draft. It looks bleak. I have to tell you this, but you can turn it around if you follow my advice. Now, I've got a prescription for you right here, so I want you to listen very, very carefully. First up, Jimmy Butler, this man right here. You got to get him back to playing like a star, like the star he's supposed to be. Remember Jimmy Butler in the NBA Finals? Remember that same Jimmy Butler that took you to within 2 games of capturing the chip or winning the championship in a bubble last year in Orlando, Florida? Remember him? Maybe you don't, because this postseason, he was tentative. Wanted to fit in a little bit too much with the team instead of standing out. Playing like he had superstarophobia, for crying out loud. Scoring average dropped almost 8 points per game. That can't happen. That just can't happen. By the way, this year, even though he averaged 21.5 points for the Miami Heat, the man shot 24% from three-point range. Can't happen. Can't happen. We need more from Jimmy Butler. Can't happen. Or you're going to be right back here in my office next year in even worse shape. Let's get to number 2 on my list. Give it to me, please. Tyler Herro. Remember this kid? Was a rookie last year. Really, really shined. You have to get Tyler Herro back in that bubble environment, that bubble mentality when he came shining through. Whatever he was doing in the bubble, whatever he was eating, get him back on that right away, because that's the Tyler Herro you need. Yeah, he averaged 15 points a game this year. He scored more this year than he did last year. He shot better from the field this year than last year. But somehow, some way, something seemed to be missing. The kid was a future NBA star. But the one we saw outside the bubble this year, South Beach, Tyler Herro, the one we saw against the Milwaukee Bucks, shooting 31% from the floor in this postseason sweep. He's barely looking like a rotational player, at least if you're taking this series against Milwaukee into consideration. Got to fix that. And finally, most importantly, you need this man right here, Kawhi Leonard. Now, I know he's wearing a Los Angeles Clippers uniform, but I got news for you. There's nothing that will get you back to being a title contender faster than injecting that man into the Miami Heat culture, into the Miami Heat lineup. Getting a Kawhi booster is what I'll call it. Do you have to root for the Clippers to lose to get him to South Beach? Oh, yeah, you do. But that's okay. You're on life support right now. You can't worry about what other people. You got to focus on yourself. You need some Kawhi to save Heat basketball. This man is a star. There is no denying that. Tight with Jimmy Butler. We know what he's doing in the playoffs as we speak, at least the last 2 games against Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks. Kawhi's big time. Got a player option coming up. Okay, he can opt out of the Los Angeles Clippers and choose to go to Miami because there's team options on Goran Dragic and Andre Iguodala. So you're going to clear at least $34 million in cap space, probably a little bit more. You can find the money to get Kawhi Leonard. Plus, there's no state income taxes in the state of Florida. You know he's considering that. He wants warm weather, and he wants to keep his money. Now, the warm weather part he's got in Southern California. Keeping your money, we know better than that in California. But it is what it is. Do all that, okay? And you'll be just fine. All thanks to Stephen A., MD. You're welcome, Miami Heat. Now, don't forget to pay at the desk on your way out.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.